Right.
That's not until, first of all, it's X and Y, not XX and XY. It's not a chromosome thing.
I don't know. I don't know what Pokemon.
And secondly, those aren't coming out until November, so I couldn't purchase them right now, even if I wanted to. Which I don't really want to. I can't buy Fire Emblem right now because Nintendo of America is having a hard time providing physical units of the game. It's $60 for a brand new copy on Amazon right now because the supply is so low. So,
By Zelda.
I don't like Ocarina of Time.
Really
It doesn't hold up to modern gaming conventions. The only reason many people like it is because they played it a while ago and they have fuzzy feelings about it. But if you were to play with a clean head, you would realize that it's not a very well-designed video game whatsoever. Case in point, the part where you go to the, the Zora village?
Zora Domain.
Yeah, the Zora domain. And you go to the Zora domain and you're like, oh, what am I supposed to do here? I'm guessing I'm going to go talk to that king. And the king is like, oh no, I'm so sad, my daughter's not here. And you're like, well, I guess that's sad. So you're supposed to know inherently that you're supposed to go talk to that diving contest guy, do the diving contest to get the Zora scale. Then, with the newly acquired Zora scale, go out to Lake Hylia, swim down to a specific part of Lake Hylia to find a message in a bottle that lets you know you need to go find like the big fish thing. Is he King Jubaju or something? I don't know what his name is. And then you need to realize that in order to get King Jubaju to open his mouth, you have to feed him a smaller fish. All these things you are supposed to know, like, I'm sorry, you're supposed to know like, inherently. Like, you have no direction whatsoever.
Oh, this isn't a platform.
It is my platform. Ocarina of Time is a bad example of quality game design. Great. I'm just waiting for people to show up. Still waiting, actually. Leah, do you know when Abby's getting here?
I probably pass around the sign.
I haven't heard from her. Do you want me to call her?
Sure. That'd be cool. I mean, she's got a little while, but, you know. You think
You
we'll
could
get
tell me that you like Sonic the Hedgehog, the 06 release.
What? Oh, God.
Draw a line in the sand sometimes.
How come saying that Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time is a bad excuse for
No,
game
I'm just-
design automatically qualifies me to say that bad games are actually good?
I don't know.
Sonic
Because
the,
you are Chris fucking Corbin.
Sonic the Hedgehog 06 is never going to be a good game, no matter who's playing it.
You mean like every Sonic after like the first two?
Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles were excellent.
Sounds like Family Talk.
It's not fanboy talk. They're excellent games.
Sonic Adventure 2 Battle?
I did not say Sonic Adventure 2
No, I'm
Battle.
just saying myself.
Alright, so I guess the podcast team will get here when they get here.
Oh, we're still missing Steve.
I know. I guess the podcast team, including Steve, Andre, Terry, John Whitfield, Tyler Pomplin, they're probably cleaning up. But we need to get started because we have a lot of people to get through today and not a lot of time. Well, we have a normal amount of time, but not a lot of time to get through 12 people's
Sign in,
platforms.
put an X, support the box. If you're here, enter your name. If you're
So,
on there for some reason, you haven't written your name in it yet. Right,
I'm sorry we don't have a waving American flag on the screen behind us. Chalk that up to lack of planning. Connor, Randall, I'll need to talk to you
Yeah, you should probably come here.
about your indie game contest game. Okay? And anyone else that shows up for the game. Not Felix, I guess, but Albert could be friends today. All right, so we're gonna get the meeting underway.
They just finished up.
We just finished up. That's why I told them I don't know. Okay. I told them it was too long. Anyway, we're gonna get this started. So before we move into the forum, we have a quick announcement regarding Great Game Design Debate number 3. We have tons of open spaces to partake in Great Game Design Debate number 3. We have 5 spaces to be exact. So if anyone is interested in participating in Great Game Design number 3, which will be our final one for the semester, and it will be about episodic gaming and how it's a positive or a negative impact on the industry and medium. If anyone's interested in participating, you have the opportunity to you have the opportunity to win either the first issue of the highly acclaimed Phoenix Wright manga or $10 worth of Chipotle. You make the decision here. So if anyone's interested in participating, we have 5 slots open. Let us know. What is this? I know. So I guess we're going to get started. So after Tony is done showing his GPA to Kurt, that's Edwin. We'll get started with this. Before we get too engaged, is there anyone using any multimedia screen stuff for their presentation? Zach, anyone else? No? All right, so Zach, let's get, there you go.
I didn't really know what I was doing, so I have to use it.
So Zach will, and then I'm gonna get the software or something. Well, we'll get you set up. All right, cool. We'll take you up there. Kurt,
Yeah.
you want to get started with the,
Give us a second.
oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Loading.
Loading.
Loading. We're at about 26%.
You want to start prefacing the election?
Okay.
Prefacing? Like, good drum roll. That's good.
I'll keep doing this till somebody says something. Anyway, I hope you're all excited. Elections are important. They're happening now, or this weekend. We're going to go online, do the stuff, and pretend like we're not looking at people's personal information. Any questions about elections before we get started? Ideas, thoughts? If you have a question, you earn extra points. Just saying. No? Nothing? Please? What?
How much extra points?
Enough. Anything else?
Like towards our vote?
No, just in life.
Oh.
Like life points. I keep a cumulative total in the back of my head all the time, how many life points each person has.
Alright.
Yes?
Who's winning?
Me. Because I keep track of everything. Good question, though. Anything else? I see a huge turnout. That's cool. You all have your speeches, and you have up to 5 minutes. I guess I'm probably going to be using my iPad and hit the timer, and then I'm going to... We have the bell. Chris, can you hit the bell?
Nope.
Please?
All
No?
the way up in the baby's locker.
That's true, it is. I don't really feel like getting it. All right,
You do a
well,
timer if you want to.
I'm gonna... Should we do a 1 minute signal and then a done signal, or just do a done signal?
1 minute, done, and then a minute after that, you gotta be like this.
Alright, so yeah, so if you're looking at me, I'm gonna go 1 when you have 1 minute left. I'm gonna say, hey, stop talking, when you have no time left. And then if you get another 10, 15 seconds before I get up to the stage and, you know, bring everyone else with you, and yeah, we wrestle. It'll be really embarrassing.
It would be really embarrassing.
Yeah. No, I'll probably throw something at you. Do you have anything heavy in your bag? Like a computer?
No, I don't have my computer with me today,
Okay.
unfortunately.
I'll throw my
It is a
backpack.
brick, though.
Throw insults towards them until they just...
Yes.
You gonna heckle them?
I will chuck insults at you until you get off stage. Yes. Anything else? Okay, who head count? Who all's running for things? There we go. See? I'm sorry for starting. I lost my watch over the weekend. It makes me really sad.
Where were you guys?
But anyway, is that loaded yet?
Yeah.
Seriously? Oh, I'm sorry. I was hoping for a signal.
Hey, where's John at? I'm right here. Whitfield?
Whitfield, he was right with us. Where'd he go?
Yeah, he was Whitfield. He just got making me proud.
He was literally standing right next to me. Less than 2 minutes ago.
I'll be right in front of the camera.
Alright, so.
When I got there, it was like 4:45. Where's your camera? It's so pretty. Told me you guys want to do it.
He used the timers I had built in and already for all the sections. Well played.
Whatever. I gotta get fancy real quick.
Did you get one too?
Get one?
Yeah, not a DSLR.
What do you have?
Like 10 and then
Did you get a, is that the one that comes with it?
after
Is it on audio
after
or-
the speech.
Okay.
That's one reason to vote for me. I take a great picture.
You say so, Tim.
Alright, so like I said before, you have 5 minutes. And then we're going to put up a picture on a platform on the Facebook tonight.
I have a question.
What? We have time for questions. Okay, what?
During the 5 minutes, can they ask questions?
There's
If you'd like to give...
Q&A afterwards.
Yeah,
right?
Q&A afterwards. We'll keep that to a
We'll
minute.
keep it reasonable.
Keep it reasonable. Yeah, that's just going to make me arbitrarily picking questions. Okay, everybody ready? Thumbs down if you're not ready. Alright, roll it. When you start talking.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Digital Designers Guild, my name is Tony Pantalone, and I'm here to run for VP of Finances. Now I know what you're saying. What could I possibly do to add to your experience? Well, let me tell you. First, as my thing of VP of Finances, I'm going to do math good. Vocabulary? But math, that's where it comes in. Oops, sorry, my notes. All right, what's the second thing we need? We need resources to do things and stuff. I'm going to provide those resources. You need an Xbox? I'm going to get you that Xbox. You need a PS3? I'm going to ask Gigi. She's got one. You need a Wii? Wii's all around. I'm going to give everyone a Wii.
Wii U?
Wii U? Oh, you betcha. What else can I do? I'm going to teach everyone something new. Because that's what we're here to do. Learn something new. You want to know how to make sound effects? I can teach you right now. You want to know how to make a song? I will teach you how to make people cry at your fingertips. Which is good, I guess. I don't know. Do you like making people cry? I bet you do, because you're all monsters. Another thing, you're going to be a friend. That's a thing we're all lacking in DDG. We all need friends. And I'm going to be there for you. You have like self-esteem issues, like, you know what? I'll give you my cell number. You can call me. I'm like, it's okay. I'm here for you. I ain't got no girl tying me down, but I'd like to. That's just a little thing I want to be in there. I'm quite lonely. So yeah, friendship. Let's go. Another thing, I'll be a leader. There are times in this life where we're going to need someone to step up to the plate. Be like, oh, I don't know where to go. I will lead you into the promised world of what we have. You, Nintendo, I'm leading you to there. Sony, let's go. Valve, that's in Washington. I'm not taking you there. That's ridiculous. Last thing, I'm going to solve problems that we have. We all have problems. I know we do. Don't lie to yourselves. I'm going to help you through it. I'm going to help all of you, because I care about you. But you. Yeah, I'd say Chris. You're always there for me.
Thanks.
And you. All of you. And you're asking, what do I have to, what makes me so sure? Well, first of all, I passed math class. Actually, that's it. I passed math class. That's all I need.
Any questions? Questions for Mr. Cataloni?
Yes.
What was the most interesting thing you learned at the mandatory budget workshop last week? Or 2 weeks
We can't get funding for guns.
ago? And apparently a hot topic.
When did we stop getting funding for guns?
Any other questions? Anybody else?
I've got a question.
Yes, Mr. Bender.
How do you plan to distribute funds between the other VPs and what they have to do in their positions, as well as the president and the secretary?
That's a good question. What I plan to do is every VP is going to come up to me, ask what they need. They're going to tell me what they need, sort out the money, look up every cost, be sure we can dump something down. Like, hey, you don't need that. And then I'll ask for the money. I don't know. I'm freeballing this, man.
Any other questions?
Any members at large? Oh, John Steve.
What would you say makes you better than other choices?
I don't know. For one thing, I'm here. John Whitfield. Boom!
Please refrain from personal attacks.
I'm sure.
It would be personal if he was here.
Yeah. I'm sure if I were not elected,
We
I have
don't
complete
know
faith
he's
in
with
John
us.
Whitfield to do his job.
Thanks.
All right.
coming.
Tony, come on, Tony.
Oh yeah, Tony, we need to take a picture of you next to that plant. That big plant over there. Can we move the couch, John Steve?
All right, John Whitfield. Where the hell are you?
We're out now.
Does anybody have his number?
Yeah.
You call him? All right.
I'll crank call.
Let's all call him at the same time.
That's a great idea. But seriously, can somebody call him?
Yes.
I'll call him.
All right. So, you want to wait for him? Anybody else here like go to class? Anybody else who's running for things have to go to class at 5:30?
We also have friend obligations at 5:30.
All right, so we're gonna wait like another minute or two. Also, the sign-in sheet ever make it around? 'Cause I never got it.
Yeah, I didn't get a sign-in sheet either.
Yeah, I handed out sign-in sheet. Did you not pass it around?
We didn't go to the bathroom.
Fourth box
Yeah,
is
VP of
today.
Finance is going first. Okay, come on up. He's in.
Where is he?
He's in the bathroom.
Okay, that's respectable.
Talking something.
Gotta use the bathroom, you know? What are you doing?
I was putting my phone in my pocket.
I'm pretty sure campaign finance has rules against this kind of thing. Standing up.
Standing up?
During campaign.
Standing up for
season.
yourself?
Within
Can't
80
do
days of
that.
an election, you're not allowed to stand up.
How about that filibuster? Anyone follow that filibuster last night?
Yes.
It's pretty exciting. John Whitfield.
Thank you for showing up on time. We were waiting on you. You disappeared.
there and talk now or something?
Yeah, 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's how you get elected.
Professionalism, people.
It's alright. He didn't know that they were going first. Okay. He had like a 1 in 12, 6, 5%, 10% chance.
It's all good, man. Thank you, John, for coming out.
No problem. It's fine. It's
Do
my
you have any questions about the election process? Before we get started?
I think I'm clear on it.
Okay. That means when you start talking, 5 minutes start counting. I'll go 1 and you have 1 minute. I'll just read my hand.
So should I just read my speech?
And there will be a brief question and answer period after your speech.
So yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can do whatever you want for 5 minutes.
For 5 minutes? Okay.
Whatever makes you happy.
Just read my speech. Okay. I have to go first. Okay. I really like the DDG. Ever since I stepped foot on campus back in August of 2011, the DDG has welcomed me with open arms and made the transition process a whole lot easier. When you're going to college for the first time and you're a freshman, it's never all that easy, but because of the DDG, I was able to make some good friends relatively quickly, and I couldn't be more grateful for that. And I want to be able to make sure that other college students and freshmen who are coming in are able to have that same experience. That's part of the reason why I'm running for this position. And also, right now, I'm currently working as a sport club supervisor at the University of Baltimore. I don't know if a lot of you know that, so yeah. And in that position, I manage 10 different sport clubs, each of which need money to operate from the university. So I have some experience at that position of getting funds for clubs. Sorry, just read this real quick, make sure we're- So, if I'm elected, I'm pretty darn sure I can bring my skills and experience with the funding operations of UB to this position. And more importantly, I realize that the main goal of the DDG is to get people job experience. It's to give people jobs in the gaming industry and to prepare them so that they're able to do well in that industry. So you should vote for me, because if I'm elected, I'm going to do my darndest to make sure each of you is fully prepared for anything the industry throws at you. I'm going to work hard to get this club money, and I'm going to just do my best every step of the way. So, got that.
About stuff.
Yes, yes, sir.
Based on your experience as a sports club manager,
Yes,
I think that was the term.
supervisor.
Supervisor, sorry. And that mandatory budget workshop that you went to 2 weeks ago, what is the main difference that you see between a acquiring money for sports clubs and acquiring money for student organizations outside of the athletic departments?
Well, with the sport clubs, they pretty much get a set amount either way. They have to have a certain amount of money, as long as they're an active club. So it will be basically they get $150 for marketing. Since they are a sport club underneath the university, they kind of have to get some money. But I think that with a club that's not really an essential part of the university, well, I'm not, just missing the DDG or anything like that. But I don't think they mandatorily get that $150 like the sport clubs would. So that's probably the biggest difference.
I will repeat the question I asked the last potential VP of Finance. How do you intend to obtain funds and distribute them among the other VPs, President and Secretary? Do you have a plan to do this, or as Tony put it, were you just going to?
Among the other VPs, would that meaning for their specific
So,
jobs?
for example, there's the VP of Events,
Yeah.
who does events. Then there's other things that other officers are capable of doing. For example, the VP of Public Relations
Right.
could make a field trip to going to another thing. And that's not necessarily something that the VP goes out of the way as plans until after that has been secured.
Okay.
Or another possibility is also getting important people such as Looney, such as Wesley Snyder, to come to this school.
Right.
And we have to pay for that. How do you intend on distributing that? How do you intend on thinking of the importance of these things? And do you have a preset plan ahead of time of how you intend to do this?
Well, from what I got from the funding meeting that we went to,
There's no one else
you
more
want
on this
to
side.
basically have everything that you need, want to do, and all the money that you're going to need by a certain time. So I would guess I would go around to each officer, and as you all do most of the time, you ask people what they want to see. So my plan basically is you get all that information at one time, and then you pretty much set them out how much money you really are aiming for in the beginning. And then if something comes up along the way, like we're trying to, something spontaneous or so, would be when supplemental funding would come in. So I guess during that time, that money could be attributed to whatever, something like that would be. But for like Wesley Snyder coming in and things like that, I guess we should try to ask for some money just in case. I don't know if the university would fly for that or anything. But that's basically, from what I gathered, the plan I can do for that.
Any other questions from people? No, don't ask. Anybody else have questions before I go back to Mr. Warman? Anybody? Really? Okay. Chris? Oh, yeah. Sorry, you're right behind me.
So I was mentioned methods for procuring funds. Do you
Yes.
have any plans for doing that? Like how to augment the funds we already have?
That we already have, like right now.
Yeah.
Well, there's always fundraisers. Besides that, I guess if we really wanted to do an event, we'd all chip in and put that money up. But those are the only really two main options that come to mind for me right now. I'd have to go and think some more about that if we want to do something like that.
What was the most interesting thing that you learned at the mandatory budget workshop 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago?
Yeah. Or whenever we got to that. I think it was 2 weeks ago.
That's probably the most interesting thing that I learned was, I remember you asking a lot of questions. A lot of the stuff I kind of already knew, except for some stuff like the deadlines and stuff like that. It wasn't anything that really stood out to me, honestly. I guess the fact that they actually have a booklet with all the, I know what was the most interesting thing. We can get cell phones. That was the most interesting thing, yes.
That's true. Good.
Hey, quick, please.
Yeah. So what have you learned from the DDG tradition-wise that you would like to maintain?
Dumplings, no, I'm just joking.
That's cool.
Dumpling.
Just the dumpling.
That's
Yeah.
the last one.
No, it's not my answer though.
It wasn't.
Tradition
Like,
wise.
there's, to be a little bit more specific and help you out, there are a lot of traditions that we, the officers before you, have put into place, not only me, but Chris, Kurt, Harry, Jameer, and everyone who came before the current officers and the current officers now have put traditions in place. set the tone for a lot of things, what you intend to keep and what you intend to replace them with?
Well, before any final decisions, of course I would talk it over with my fellow officers, but if there's one tradition I would really want to keep, it would probably be not exactly the dumpling part of it, but the part where we meet together with people who said they want to become officers in the future and basically explain to them the mission of DDG, what we want to do and what it would take to become an officer in the club. And that would be the main tradition I would definitely want to keep because that helped a lot, I guess.
All right, thank you. All right, going next. We're gonna do VP of events. Zach?
No.
Zach has to leave.
Oh, never mind.
All right.
Don't you have a class at 5:30?
Does anyone running for officership have to leave early now to cancel any confusion?
I apologize.
Awesome. So next up is,
All right, anybody want to go next?
I mean, secretary was next.
You could do PR.
I believe there is an agenda, which we should
There is, it's
follow.
up there.
Nobody gave me the agenda.
Damn.
I kind of.
According to the agenda, the secretary position is the next position.
Did you want to go first?
Rock, paper, scissors.
I believe tradition is alphabetical order.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's actually what we did
By
with
last
Janie.
names or first names?
Yeah, last.
Last.
Okay.
Well, I'm
Damn
going
it.
last. Everybody
Okay.
else has got it.
Unless you guys want to pull out seniority on each other, which I don't mind.
I really don't care.
Ready, rock, paper, scissors.
I'm up here.
All right. Let's all chill out. Did you take
Let
John's
me
picture?
get my life together really quick.
That's great. All right, guys.
Okay. Hi. Hello, fellow Guildians. I'm Gigi Preziosa. I'm rerunning for the current position of secretary. By definition, in the guidebook, I have to maintain organization. It's my responsibility to create agendas for the meetings, record and publish meeting minutes, organize and maintain committee organization, and inform and manage academic advisors. So you're probably asking yourself what I do during the meetings anyway, because I probably just sit there and look like I'm writing down all the time. I probably draw half the time. Well, I actually take legible notes frequently, and during the general meetings as well as officer meetings. But not only that, after the meetings I type it up and keep it on record. So if you ever need to know anything that's happened during the meetings, or any officers do what happened during the officer meetings, or anything in general, I have it typed up, written down somewhere. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm good at talking in front of people, because I'm obviously not. That's why I take notes. I know everything that's happening in the club because I have it all written down. I keep track of everything. I'm also like OCD organized. I'm like super easy to get in contact with too. I was recently made the primary contact of the club, and some of you already know that. Some of you already got in contact with me to like do stuff, and depending on how important it is, I'll talk to the other officers or just deal with it myself, whatever. I also live on campus, so if you need anything, I'm pretty easy to find. I live like 2 blocks away. So at the beginning of each week, I send out agendas to all the officers, and I print them out for all of them. And then I send monthly reports to the advisors, and it's so neat and organized. And take minutes, lots of it, and I even make graphs and tables, because I like things organized. I attend all the general meetings if I can. I didn't last semester because I had class, but I'm trying to work around that. And I don't think I've missed an officer meeting yet. I'm really easy to work with. I think my main strength is that because I have dealt with the horror that is Chris Warman and August Bender arguing in a room. And I think if I can do that, I can pretty much deal with anything. I like to think that. I hope to continue being the secretary for the next great year to come. Thank you.
Any questions from the audience, and then we'll go back to the audience? No? Shout them out if I can't see you. No? Hi, Chris.
Hey, G.
What's up, Chris?
You were a freshman
a member, I was like, oh, I guess I'll go